Who sees the home study is a question you might fairly ask. In general, the home study is viewed by the agency social worker who prepares it, the agency director, that would be me. Then in the course of an adoption match, if the expectant parents live in another state, we will be coordinating the adoption services with either an attorney or licensed agency in that state. And they would be able to see the home study because they would have to review this before doing the actual placement in that state. Then the interstate compact coordinator of the sending state sees the home study, the interstate compact coordinator in the receiving state sees the home study, and then ultimately at the time of finalization, the judge sees the home study. There are some instances where the expectant parents might say, I'd really like to know a lot more about the prospective adoptive parents. I'd like to review their home study. In some states, Nevada is one of them, there is a statute which says that expectant parents have to be shown the home study before placement can take place. In general, the reason for this is there is a desire for transparency so that you are making a decision about whether or not you want to receive a child into your family based on a lot of clinical, legal, and medical information that has been shared with you. And likewise, prospective birth parents or expectant parents, they want to know about you so they can make a discerning decision about whether you're the family they would like to have place their child with and raise the child. One thing that worries some prospective adoptive parents is if they have some health condition and they worry about whether they'll get chosen. And I think that it makes some sense to spend a moment on that and explain to you that the agency has had a lot of experience helping prospective adoptive parents. We've had parents who've had cancer, multiple sclerosis, spinal cord injury, and one parent who was born with genetic anomalies. And in all these cases, the expectant parents chose them knowing this information and had various delightfully loving, compassionate, and wonderful statements that accompanied their decision to choose that family. I remember one expectant mother said that her grandmother had had breast cancer. And so the fact that the prospective adoptive mother had had breast cancer, and this was the reason she was not going to be bearing further children, she said, if my daughter should ever develop breast cancer, I know that she's going to be in the perfect family to help her. And so expectant parents are very wise. They understand that people are human and have health conditions or have issues. And the important thing is making sure that everybody feels fairly dealt with and as though they've been given the information necessary to make those important decisions. So in those instances when expectant parents ask to see a home study, I would encourage you to make a decision to share that home study because it's up to you. She could decide not to choose you if you weren't willing to share the home study, but it's always a good idea. And sometimes families would like to have some information taken out, such as the exact nature of their financial status and so forth. And unless it's a state like Nevada where you have to just simply show the home study, we can say to her, here's the home study, but we've taken out their exact financial information. We want you to know they're financially stable and able to support a child, but they wanted to have that information out. And I haven't met an expectant parent who wasn't understanding of that and totally accepting of that information being held closer to the vest. So in general, the professionals see the home study. In some instances, the expectant parents do. And in all instances, we encourage you to be honest about any information that could be relevant to the expectant parent's decision about whether to choose you or not in the adoption process. Thank you.